Okay, for a while we were using this cable to run our fridge, plug it in the cigarette lighter at the front, feed it through and plug it in the back. Obviously it's not good for your starter batteries and they kept on running flat on me, so that's why we installed the auxiliary battery. So this is the kit that I use. It's a great little kit for a great price from Super Cheap Auto. I started by running the positive wire down through the engine bay and across the top of the chassis rail to the rear of the vehicle. Due to not having zip ties that were long enough, I had to join them together to zip tie in place to prevent the wire from rubbing against any moving parts. As you can see here, the wire has come out the front of the tray. I had to do this due to there not being enough room in the engine bay for an auxiliary battery. Here I am pre-drilling the holes that have been marked out for the VCR, as it needs to be assembled before being fixed into place. Once you know the location of your VCR, you can cut the wire to the correct length and fit the ring terminals. Using wire crimpers, crimp the terminals securely, making sure that they will not come off. Adding heat shrink adds additional insulation and helps protect the wire from corrosion. It can be fixed in place by using a heat gun, hairdryer, or I have done here using a lighter. Once you're happy that all your terminals are secure, you can start connecting your auxiliary wire to your main battery terminal. Once this is done, you can start connecting the wires to your VCR. On the back of the VCR, it'll indicate which is the primary battery and which is the secondary battery. Here I'm attaching the earth wire. I've cut it short as to prevent it from rubbing against moving parts or any pipes that might overheat and melt through the insulation of the wire. Now my auxiliary cable comes to the front of the tray where I'm going to put my auxiliary battery in my toolbox. I'm drilling a hole using a hole saw and I'll feed the wire through, keeping it in the corrugated conduit. I'll also drill a hole in the bottom of the toolbox for the earth to be fed through. I've Sikaflexed around the holes to prevent moisture coming through, but rubber grommets will do the same job. As you can see, I've drilled holes through the lid of my battery box for the earth to come through and for the positive. I'll drill additional holes for the wires to come out to go to the rear of my toolbox into my 12 volt outlet, as you can see here. Now with my fuses, all that needs to be done is the terminals and the connectors. I put connectors on so later down the track, if I need to take them out, I can, but they can also be soldered into the wiring. Okay, now all that's left is insert the fuses, connect it to the battery terminals, make sure nothing blows up in my face, and test if we have power. Here we go. Whammo!